Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. I'm going to assume that, like the dogs, some of you are sleeping in today. Some of you just don't feel like moving and grooving. That's okay. Maybe you're watching this late. It's Sunday. You can sleep in today. Today, I need patience. Seriously. Because I took on a project yesterday. I love having a project, but my project. Okay. Good morning, Opa. Sun is not shining yet, but I am. Um, I took on this project. I have this table and chairs that's like, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 years old. It's, I think, absolutely beautiful, but I love antiques. It's one of those tables that you open it in the middle and the leaf pops up automatically. They were brilliant in their technology when they had no technology, right? And then it becomes a table that seats 8 comfortably. Otherwise, it seats 4. Anyway, the chairs are also that old, which means they've been recovered once by me. Um, but it's time. I mean, that was probably 15 years ago. And I didn't do well. Now that I've pulled one apart, I see all I did was put a very thin piece of batting over what was already there, which didn't do the trick. Anyway, I went and bought all the things I needed. I found a material I liked. I found the foam cushions I wanted to use. So last night I sat down to take the old covering off the chairs. Oh my God, it took me over an hour to do one chair, not to finish the chair, just to get the old covering off. So if I'm going to do this project, I need patience. Otherwise, I actually just need to put it back on and deal with it. It hurts your butt when you sit down. What a project. Bigger than I expected. Bigger, bigger, bigger. So, yesterday, while I was doing that project, I watched Roman Holiday. Yes, I did. Do you love that movie? Ah, so good. Here's what the takeaway is for me. Life is not always exactly the way you want it to be, but there are glorious, glorious moments in life. And when you take that little recess, as long as when recess is over, you go back to class and do your work, life still can be filled with absolutely glorious moments to cherish. And besides, when you're a princess, there's stuff you have to do to enjoy the princessness of it. Yes, Oprah, it was a great invention to have the hidden table leaf. It was great. I don't know why we don't still do it instead of having to carry those heavy leaves in. Oh well. What else? How the chicks are growing so fast. No Fritzy report again. I'm driving there and banging on the door today. Yesterday, when I called, they said, "Oh no, she was so tired. We laid her down. She just had a bath and I'm in a shower and she was exhausted." I said, "Okay, well, call me as soon as she wakes up because I want to see her before visiting hours are over." Well, either she took a 20-hour nap or once again, I didn't get the call because I didn't get a call. So today is Visit Fritzy Day. No matter what, tomorrow morning, I will have a Fritzy report for you. Instead, I have a chick report. Oh my God, they're so growing so fast. And little Billie Jean is almost as big as the other chicks. Well, almost as big as Philly now. Frisco, the big white one, she's like this big already. Not quite as agile as the little ones. The little ones can like flap their little wings and fly up onto things. The big one's having a little trouble with that. But the good news is they don't seem to be pecking at each other. That's what I was worried about. So happy Chicken Day. Ethel Kennedy's birthday. Ethel Kennedy, wife of my beloved Robert Kennedy, who I think I told you I met. I actually got to represent the city of Skokie, Illinois. Here's to Skokie. when Bobby Kennedy came to visit. And I was chosen to meet him as a representative of all the children of Skokie and sit with him on the dais before and during and after his speech. And he was so handsome and he was so kind. And I haven't got a single picture. Now go figure that out. Either my parents were not very good at taking pictures that day, or the newspaper didn't take pictures. But that was me up there on the dais with him. When he died, I wrote a letter to Ethel Kennedy telling her what it meant to me to have met him as a child. And somewhere in my boxes of memories, and I do have many boxes filled with memories, I have a lovely letter from Ethel Kennedy thanking me for my kind words. Yeah, that was special. Whew. Also, Joel Gray's birthday. Joel Gray's daughter, what's her name? She was the one who starred with Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing. What's her name? I lost it. Come on, help me out here. Dirty Dancing. Jennifer Grey. Thank you. Jennifer Grey is his daughter. Yeah, he was like a huge song and dance man. Oh, well, he's a little teeny guy, but he was a huge song and dance man. You know what I mean. So today is Good Deeds Day. We'll talk about that when we talk about today's word art. I have a whole list of potential good deeds for you to try. I think I'll post them. It's Barbershop Quartet Day. It started in the late 1800s, and it actually started in barbershops as something to do to pass the time while men were waiting to get their hair cut. And literally, they would sing in harmony with the barbers or the other people that were in there waiting for their haircuts. And this whole barbershop thing got started. Originally, when women started doing it, I know they call them the Sweet Adelines sometime. Now it's just barbershop quartets. It's for everybody, but they were the beauty shop quartets. That's like, please. All right. 5 facts about barbers and barbershops that will shock you. Right here. I have it in writing. Ancient beginnings. Tomb paintings of barbers cutting hair and relics of razors found throughout ancient Egypt show that barbering is an age-old profession. And you thought it was just, women of the night. Henry, good morning. Good to see you. Welcome. Happy Sunday. We're talking about barbershops because it's Barbershop Quartet Day. And Ginny, were you in a singing group? Where's Ginny? Because when I met Ginny the first time many years ago, well, it was probably the only time I actually met her in person. I met her through the wife of a friend of mine whose birthday was yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I think I met them was it Bruce's birthday? Or maybe it was their anniversary party. I don't remember. Anyway, those women who were there had a group. Yeah, they did. Okay, so I'm not reading you the second one because it's gross. The third one, barbers as surgeons. During the Middle Ages, barbers treated wounds, performed surgeries, did dental work, and various other duties in addition to cutting hair. I love Robin, who does my hair. Not lately, as you can see. But I love Robin, who does my hair, but I don't know that I would want him performing surgery or doing my dental work. Just saying. Evil be gone. In ancient cultures, I was trying to do this without glasses. In ancient cultures, most barbers were priests who trimmed, shaved, and styled hair in a way that would keep the evil spirits away. Is your hairstyle doing its job for you? Huh? And finally, the barber pole that we think is so cool, and it's such an iconic piece of Americana. Really? Do you know what the barber pole was? Listen to this. It signified the time when barbers were surgeons and used to hang bloodied bandages from bloodletting on a pole out to dry in front of their shops. Okay, I'm never going to look at a barber pole the same way again. But at least I didn't read you all the gross things. That's it. I do not want to see a barber pole, and I will not let my hairdresser do my surgery. That's it. That's all I want to tell you about that. 8-track tape day. Hey, remember those days? Yeah, I know you do. That's what's so sad. There have been so many. Okay, for those of you who are too young to remember 8-track tapes, there were 4 tracks. There were 8 tracks. It's how we listened to music after the transistor radio. We thought after records that this 8-track thing was like the best. Yeah, it gets better and better and better. Now you don't need anything but your phone, huh? International Louie Louie Day. A Louie Louie. Oh, 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 we gotta go. So, if you're among the bazillions of people who have always thought, what are they saying? You're not alone. Good morning, Doug. Yo, good to see you here. We're talking about Louie Louie right now. Yeah, the song, because it's Louie Louie Day, April 11th every year. So here's what I can tell you about Louie Louie. The first rendition of Louie Louie came in 1957. I think the group was called the Pharaohs or something like that. Nobody's really sure what the words were because nobody wrote it down. And then when the Kingsmen did it and had such a big hit with it, somebody complained that it was obscene. And there was this whole like FBI, it was like a whole big deal because Louie Louie was supposedly obscene. And they printed. Seriously, I read it. Wait, did I copy that? Let me see if this is what I wrote down. Okay. Get this. This is so cool. Jack Ellie was the lead singer who sang Louie Louie. It said if the microphone was closer to him on April 11th, 1963, when he entered the Portland studio to record a version of Louie Louie, then the history of popular music would be different. This is so hilarious. Oh, and I was right. It was the Pharaohs in 57. The only microphone available to him was several feet above his head. And the guys in the band had instruments and they were playing all around him. So his voice didn't come through very clearly. As for the lyrics, it doesn't matter how you sing them or really what you sing, though you might consider beginning with the words, Louie, Louie, oh, no, me gotta go. And from there, everybody who's covered this song has sung different words from blue eye to oh no to a wig on a cone. Google it on YouTube. It's hilarious. Everybody sings it differently. The song's popularity among a new generation of rock and roll teenagers brought it to the attention of some concerned citizens. One of them, the father of a teenage girl, now we're going full circle and bringing Robert Kennedy back into this, wrote to Robert Kennedy, who was then the Attorney General, to complain about the song's possible obscenity, seriously, prompting an FBI investigation. Quote, this land of ours is headed for an extreme state of moral degradation. The incensed parent wrote to Kennedy. Wow. Yeah, we were pretty bad. And then it goes on to quote what words they thought they heard. It's kind of racy, so I'm not reading the rest of it. But isn't that funny? And by the way, it was determined that Louie Louie could stay on the radio and be available to young people because they couldn't prove what was said to begin with. Yeah, baby. So do not panic. Do not panic because Louie Louie is now safe to play again. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm putting that one aside. In 1890 today, Ellis Island was designated as an immigration station. I visited there and I went through the archives and I found both of my sets of I found my grandparents, my mother's parents, in the archives of coming over on Ellis Island. And on the other side, I'm far more American than I am Russian because my grandparents were one born in Chicago and one born in New York. But my great grandparents all came over through Ellis Island. And I have, all the pictures of they're not plaques, they're just in the books, And somewhere here, or maybe I gave it to my brother, I'm not sure. Happy Siblings Day, by the way, yesterday. I actually have my grandfather's passport and the bill of lading or the ticket or whatever it was that got him on a ship that brought him to America, like in 1918, 1917, I don't know. Kind of feels like my family's been here for a while now. Okay, we didn't come over on the Mayflower, but we've put our time in. It's National Cheese Fondue Day. Oh, yeah, baby. And it's National Pet Day. Yesterday was Love Your Pet or Pet Your Dog or something like that. Today's National Pet Day. I like to say, oh, really? Like every day isn't National Pet Day? I bought a new doormat yesterday. It says, come on in, it's a zoo in here. It is, between the chicks and the 3 dogs and the 4 chickens. And oh, yeah. It's a very special day, too, because this is the day that Buchenwald was liberated. And among other people who were liberated on that day was Elie Wiesel, who, here's what he said. He said, they can take everything but my dignity. Or something like that. He said so many brilliant things. And I did a printout and I can't find it. So don't hate me. We'll look for Elie Wiesel, but you should read his stuff. This is a guy who went through hell and came out on the other side a stronger, more wonderful, loving, giving person. Here's to you. Jonathan Winters died on this day. Jonathan Winters, one of the most ridiculously crazy comedians of all times. If you thought Robin Williams was crazy, Robin Williams learned from Jonathan Winters. But he also said some very cool things. He said, these are quotes from Jonathan Winters, who was like nuts. He was crazy cray. He said, my ship didn't come in, so I had to swim out to it. Food for thought. Wish I'd thought of that. And he also said, I couldn't wait for success, so I just went on without it. For a comedian, he said some pretty heavy stuff. Yeah. Okay. It's also the day that James Anthony Bailey died. Not Bailey because of the dog. There's Bailey in the corner. Wait, right? There. See, there's Bailey. Bailey did not come in on his own this morning. I'm not going to lie. He had to be coaxed in, but he's here. Anyway, James Anthony Bailey we've been talking about the circus, it seems like almost every day. Barnum and, yes, Bailey. And this is the day that James Bailey died. Here's to you, James Bailey. We had a lot of fun at your circuses growing up and otherwise, and we are so sorry that they don't exist anymore. I don't usually share weddings and divorces, but this is also the day that Valerie Bertinelli married Eddie Van Halen. What a love story, huh? And certainly a couple you would, seriously, sweet little Valerie Bertinelli and crazy Eddie Van Halen. It didn't seem to fix, but boy, it sure did. I do have no degrees of separation between me and Valerie Bertinelli, right? I'm going to retell that story real quick. There I was at the dress rehearsal for the Academy Awards. Another long, wonderful story in itself. And I am sitting with Richard Dreyfuss on my right and Valerie Bertinelli on my left. And I am in heaven. And I turn to Valerie Bertinelli and I look down at her feet and I say, Val, great boots. I love them. Where'd you get them? And she proceeded to like go into a whole dissertation of where her boots were from and what she liked about them. And I just listened and smiled. Great boots, Val. Yeah, like I could afford to shop where you shop, right? Okay. Finally, we get to today's word art. I love today's word art. It says, speak love, do good. And I came up with, I kind of want to add to it before I post it. What can you do today to do a good deed? I mean, if you're here, chances are you do good deeds all the time anyway. But I wanted to give you like a couple of little extra ideas of what you could possibly do. You could bring me more hot coffee. Okay, moving right along. Call a family member, somebody you haven't talked to in a while, maybe a cousin, and let them know you love them. If you had a fight with any of them, clean it up. Yeah. Okay, what else could you do? Plant something. Plant something. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be at your house. Just plant something that's going to grow. Plant a tree. Leave some extra money in the slot in the vending machine. If we still had payphones, I'd tell you leave a dime in the payphone. No, but leave a little extra money in the vending machine that somebody can just find. Or leave a few extra quarters on top of the parking meter. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Pay for the person behind you in line in the drive-thru because we're still masking and being safe, right? Not a lot of indoor stuff going on yet. Do you have a book that you absolutely loved? How about you put your name and phone number in the front and then pass it on to a friend and share the good news? Hold a door open for somebody with your elbow, of course. Oh, yeah. Take your mom out to breakfast. You go, Doug. Come on. I'd like my kids to come take me out to breakfast. That'd be awesome. Next time you pass a street musician, find one today. Put some money in the jar. Yeah. You know, don't worry about the tip. Make it bigger than usual today. Leave a piece of chocolate on someone's pillow. Yeah. Stop and have a conversation with someone who wouldn't normally have anyone to talk to. Masked and distanced, but you can still talk. Here's a good one. Buy a flower for the cashier at the grocery store. Yeah, while you're walking around, buy a flower and hand it back. There's so many unexpectedly good deeds you can do today. I would love you to share if you do some. Wouldn't that be fun? I think we'll start a whole new thing of what good deed did you do today? Just a random act of kindness. Ooh, I should quote that. Oh yeah, it's been done. Seriously, spread it around. You have so much. And so do I. So, with a sip and a smile, I am going to send you on your way to doing Sunday good deeds. Steve, thanks for being here. Whoever Steve is, I have a feeling maybe it's not Steve, but it says take a meal to a sick friend. That's such a good idea. That is such a good idea. Can always just leave it at the door and ring the bell. That's fun too. Do something nice today. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, all of you. Maybe Steve is somebody. Hi, Steve. Welcome. I'm going now. You all go have a super Sunday. I am going to have Sunday fun day tennis, my friends. You betcha. It's going to be great. I'm going to go play, run, sweat, shower, and then get on with the rest of my day. Bye-bye. Opa's friend, you're so welcome here. Thanks for coming. Happy morning. Happy Sunday. See y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.